Okay, welcome to the Accounting and Commerce webinar here at Flinders University this evening. Thank you for joining us. My name is Kirsty and I am a prospective student advisor here at Flinders. So it's my role to essentially inform you about all of the courses that we've got here at Flinders, figure out if Flinders University is right for you and help you gain entry into your degree. I'm joined by Mr. Philip Palmer this evening, who is much more of an expert in the field of accounting and finance and commerce than I am. So Phil will be speaking predominantly this evening. If you do have any questions throughout, however, please feel free to pop that into the chat box and we can answer those questions throughout, or we will get back to you after the webinar. You do have the option to just mute any microphones that you have and just select call using computer when you're joining the webinar if you haven't selected that already. All right, so I'll pass over to you, Phil. Thanks for coming along this evening.
No problems at all. Now I'm just going to advance the slide, is it? There we go. What do you do, Teresa?
Yeah, we'll just...
Technical issues, but we're fine.
We got
so just a little bit about me. As Kirsty said, I'm an academic in the business area. I teach in financial accounting. I've had industry experience in banking, both retail and commercial. My interests are in not-for-profit financial reporting and financial accounting. So I teach first year accounting in semester 1, and then I teach company accounting, which is a third year topic, in semester 2. I've taught in the master's program, and so I'm across all of the commerce type topics, and I'm also responsible for the finance and economic streams as well, although I don't teach into those streams. So it's very nice to be with you, and just going to give you some information about Flinders business, and those commerce related degrees. Sorry, been through that one, have we? Sorry. So just wanted to highlight a couple of things before we start on the real information. Flinders has worked very hard to make sure that it's educating its students to be ready for the future. So we have a real focus on being career ready for working. When you get out there, you're valued by the people that you start working with. We have some very good lecturers. We've won some awards in terms of lecturing and accounting awards, and we also, Flinders is ranked number 1 in South Australia for education in business for undergraduate teaching, and we've had that for a number of years now, so we're very proud of our educational quality. So we've got lots of things that we can offer you. We've got flexible study options. We're now offering our accounting degree online. We've got coordination with the New Venture Institute, which is located down at Tonsley, where you can do some innovation and enterprise topics, so you can learn to be your own boss. And we also have some personalised support, which we're happy to extend to students. That's why it's there. So not only do you interact with your lecturers and tutors, but we also have a tutors in residence program and other support mechanisms which we can put in place. So just a couple of things I wanted to highlight. As part of your degree, you can also do a work integrated learning topic, which is really important, because this is where you go and do a placement in a potential employer's firm. We've got over 200 industry partners, and we've had many students, hundreds of students, go through and do those industry projects and placements, and many of those students are now working in the firm where they did their placement. So we always recommend that if we can fit it into the study program, students elect to do one of those as their elective. And industry projects are where you work on a real life problem with an industry partner in a team with other students under the guidance of an academic. So we really do have a lot of things built into our degrees, not only to teach you those core elements which you need if you want to be an accountant or a finance professional, but also some of those softer skills so that you're well prepared when you go out and start working or start looking for work, and then obviously working in your chosen profession. So our degrees are available in accounting, and that's also, as I said earlier, now available online, so fully online. including exams and classes and that sort of stuff. So we're using technology to deliver that. You can do accounting and finance together, business economics, finance and economics, and we have from next year a new banking and finance degree. So there's a real range of topics there. The accounting and finance degree is very popular, doing that double specialisation, but also the finance and economics. And we hope the banking and finance degree will be very popular with students as well. You can combine your degrees across a number of areas in the university. I won't list them all out. You can see some of them on the screen there. The IT one is very important, and the law double degrees is very popular as well. And when you finish your degree, you have a range of options available in terms of employment. A lot of our graduates do very well in the employment space. Being an accounting lecturer, I keep in touch with my accounting students. A lot of them working for big four firms, mid-tier firms, and general industry. And it's really exciting to see what our students can do when they finish their study here and get out into the real world. We've had some great success with students earning prizes and awards. We had the Accounting Student of the Year in 2016 and 2018, and that's a national award. So we're very happy and proud of our students who have done really well in that space. So Flinders can offer you a really good grounding in your chosen career area, but also, as I said earlier, we have those softer skills, interpersonal skills, preparing you for the future, because that's really important as well. Some of these points I've already been through, so I won't repeat them. However, the second one there is important, that sometimes, I've just been to open day, a lot of students and their parents come through, and the first thing they say is, look, we don't really know what we want to study. So the good thing about the business and commerce degrees is that a lot of the first year topics are the same. So you can, you've got at least a year to really make up your mind where you want to study, or if you want to change, that's not a problem. And it's easier to transfer between the business and commerce degrees. And we also have students come in from other areas like education and engineering, etc., who've decided that they'd rather focus on the business area. Our degrees are professionally accredited, so our accounting degree in particular is accredited by Chartered Accountants Australia and New Zealand and CPA Australia. That's really important because, obviously you want entry into the professional bodies when you finish your degree, and our degrees certainly will enable you to do that. I mentioned the Tutors in Residence program earlier. That's where we have some dedicated tutors, particularly to help you in first year, and they're available above your normal lecturer and tutor that you might have on a weekly basis. So if you're looking for some extra help with study tips or help understanding an assignment, they can certainly help you with that. But then we've got the wider university support programs as well. So there is lots of support for you as you transition into university, particularly in your first year, where we understand it's a new experience and students sometimes might feel that they're struggling a little bit, but we can help you with all of those things. We also have a peer mentor program, so we can match you up with a second or third year student who was in your shoes if you're a first year student not so long ago, and they can help you with a range of issues, just someone to talk to who's not an academic, and that's very useful as well. I've already mentioned the work integrated learning, that's really important, and the live industry projects. Some of those are embedded into topics. For instance, cost of management accounting has an industry project in that particular topic, or you can do an industry project as a separate elective. And that's really good for presentation skills, teamwork skills, communication skills. So there's a number of things that students get out of those projects, but it's also a way to get exposure to people who are looking for people to employ once they finish their degree. And again, a lot of our industry partners have sort of picked students from year 2, the second year, to say, hey, look, when you finish, give us a ring and we'll have a job for you. So that's really important to have that connection between industry and what you're studying. We also have study abroad opportunities, so you can study overseas with some of our partner institutions right around the world, and a lot of our students take advantage of that. And I haven't had one of them come back and say they regretted that.
Yeah.
It's a really good experience. So we can certainly help you with that if that's something that you'd like to do as well. So getting into the degrees themselves, so we'll start off with the finance stream. So finance is obviously important. So we're learning all about the financial markets, the applied finance discipline, wealth creation, and students who undertake this degree work in a range of areas. They can work in banks, in treasury, in fund management, and investment banking. So we cover, as I said earlier, financial markets, international trade, investments and portfolio management, derivatives and risk management, and really a lot of private and public sector organisations will employ students who have a degree in finance. Just wanted to mention also an exciting development from next year. We have our new trading room. So this is really exciting. We're going to have a live trading room which will have real life data. It'll be set up like you'll see a normal trading room with the ticker tape around the top, etc. And this is really important because it's another way that we can engage with students and teach them some real life industry techniques and a different way of learning. So you'll learn the theory behind various financial applications, and we'll also use it for accounting topics. But then you'll get to practice using real life data and put what you've learned into practice. So that's from next year. That'll be ready to go from semester 1. So we're really excited about that. So economics is also important. Economics, obviously, all about supply and demand. It's that decision-making process on an individual, a household, and a wider societal level. So we look at all of the macro and microeconomics areas, and we look at the big picture, but it also comes down to individual choices. So a lot of government departments employ people with an economics degree, and you might have heard of some of those terms on the screen, supply and demand, scarcity of resources, inflation, interest rates, how are they set, why do they change, all of those sort of things. So there's some really fundamental and interesting topics that come up in the economics degree. So you can combine your economics major or degree with a finance degree, and it'll still be 3 years, which is really important. And I did say earlier, but I forgot to mention on the previous slide when we're talking about finance, that we now have a banking and finance degree, which is new from next year, and we're really excited about that as well. So in terms of accounting, accounting is the language of business. There's sort of 3 main areas. There's your financial accounting. So this is where you help firms, or firms are looking at reporting externally. So general purpose financial reports, income statements, balance sheets, all of that sort of thing. And then there's managerial accounting as well, which is sort of for an industry, person in industry or a business in industry may need help pricing products. How much does it cost us to make this product? What happens if we have a pay rise, budgeting, all of that sort of stuff. So that managerial accounting is sort of within the firm, and financial accounting is sort of outside of the firm. So there's the 2 distinctions there. And tax is obviously a separate issue all on its own, but we do have taxation topics, so we look at tax law and practice in our degrees as well. So we cover things like basic fundamental principles. We look at some of the theories behind accounting, cost and management accounting, some of the accounting standards and how we apply those, and of course auditing as well. So our accounting degree is very strong. It's accredited by the professional bodies. And as I mentioned earlier, from this year, it's been available fully online. So a lot of our students are now who live in remote country areas are studying with us through their online degree. But we also have students locally who, for whatever reason, work pressures or family issues, can't get to campus regularly, and they find it very convenient to study online as well. So we have synchronous tutorials through both student and lecturer logging on to collaborate at the same time and having a tutorial as if you were face-to-face. So you're not really missing out on anything by studying online, and it may be the way to go for some students. And the other thing is some students who are studying here on campus might be doing 3 topics face-to-face and then 1 topic online. So we have that flexibility. You don't have to do all your topics online. You can do some of them online if that's what you want to do. So that's a real initiative which we've put in place from this year, and that'll be going forward next year. And just to mention also, probably the last point here, Kirsty, is the NVI, the New Venture Institute, which is down at Tonsley. This is in conjunction with the Fox School of Business, which is part of Temple University. That's one of the highly ranked business schools in the US. So we're partnering with them with some of the content and obviously developing or delivering our innovation and enterprise programs. So they're very exciting, and we're trying to bring in some of those into our normal other degrees so that students get a bit of a taste for innovation and enterprise, thinking about the future, thinking differently, how to sort of address a problem, other ways of thinking about it. So this is really important for students because it gives them a range of personal enterprise skills and helps students to adapt to different circumstances that you're going to come across in your professional and personal lives. So that's something that's very exciting as well. That's offered as a full degree through our business program, but as I said, elements of those are inbuilt into our commerce type degrees as single topics or electives, which is very important. So they're the main study areas for commerce. You've got your accounting degree, which is also online. You've got your finance degrees and the new finance and banking option. You've got your business economic degree, and those can be sort of combined into double degrees or combined with other degrees from other parts of the university. There you go, Kirsty. How's that?
Thank you so much for that.
Worries.
It was much better than my talk would have been on accounting and finance.
Sure.
I think it's really interesting to hear about all of the really hands-on experiences and the practical learning that you get to do in these degrees, because university is not just about completing topics and attending lectures, but about all the skills that you get to build along the way. And I think that things like the new trading room will be really exciting for new students next year and the current students as well.
Yep.
Sounds like a bit of a beginner's Wall Street
absolutely.
sort of
It's
environment.
going to be great.
Excellent. If you are looking to apply for one of these degrees, if you haven't already, you can apply through the South Australian Tertiary Admissions Centre. So that's known as SATAC, and it's a third party that you need to apply for through in South Australia if you're looking to apply for any courses at Flinders or the other universities in the state or in the Northern Territory. So you can jump onto that website that's listed there and select the blue undergraduate button or purple postgraduate button if you're looking at some postgraduate options, which we have many available through there as well. For undergraduate applications, the closing date is Monday the 30th of September. There is a late closing date as well, but we really encourage you to apply before the end of September just to avoid the hefty late fee that can be attached to that one. You don't need to know exactly what order you want your preferences in. You do have up to Wednesday the 18th of December to change your preferences around, so just keep that in mind. The offers will be emailed on Friday the 20th of December. We have an early offer round, and we then have another offer round on Friday the 10th of January. So don't be disheartened if you don't get an offer in the first offer round. It is an early offer round, so you're welcome to give us a call. We can have a look at your preferences and tell you how competitive you'll be for the course that you've applied for. If you want any more information, we really encourage you to have a chat to us. So we've got a team of prospective student advisors available to speak to you throughout the Monday to Friday from 9 till 5 on that 1300 number that's on the screen now, or you can email success@flinders.edu.au. We're also happy to arrange one-to-one appointments if you want to come and have a chat with someone face-to-face, get that personalised experience and maybe check out the campus as well. We can organise for a student ambassador to take you around. Now, we do have a number of upcoming webinars as well. We've got a dedicated Law and Pathways webinar, as well as a couple that are sort of designed to give you a bit more insight into perhaps what education or what psychology degree is right for you, because there are quite a lot of programs available in those spaces. So for more information about the other webinars that we have available, please just jump on the Flinders website and search for webinars, or use the link that's coming up on your screen now. If you will be applying as an international student, I should mention that some of those application details may differ for you, so we recommend that you contact our international office here at Flinders. Well, thank you so much for coming along this evening, Phil. If you've got any questions, please get in touch with us.
Great, thanks.
Thank you.